Hi everyone, I've got a easy and cheap modification today for the MR2 which involves changing the HVAC, the heating, ventilation and AC dial knobs. These are the standard knobs which you get with the MR2. They recess actually into the dial itself and they do their job and are nice enough. In this part here that lights up. But most modern cars now don't come with that, and of course we all like to put our own little quirks on our cars. So I was looking at these some time ago. Now these are a knob that you see quite often as a dial control. They first emerged, or I saw them coming out for Mazda cars, and the post at the back was a bit longer. That's quite shallow there on that one. Now these are actually designed for different Toyotas, not the MR2, a different modern Toyota if you like, a current model, and the Scion models as well. And I thought, okay, well perhaps I'll give them a crack and see if they are a good replacement for the current dials, because I did fancy this sort of design. Now on this particular one, the outer ring here lights up because the inner part is clear, so that takes your illumination from inside the dash. And then you've got the little notch there. I'm not sure if you, there we go. You've got the little notch there which also illuminates, so the whole ring illuminates, and the little notch there gives you the indication of where the indicator, you know, where your setting is on the actual control itself. So there have been other ones of these available, but they have been a bit narrower, so that's why I've held off. I think the Mazda ones, which some people have bought, have been very slightly narrower than the stock ones. So subsequently you've got a little ring, you know, there's like a black ring where the control knob hasn't quite filled the area that this one used to live in. So what we'll do is we'll just take, for you benefit, if you're looking around, so the standard control knob is 40mm or 4 centimeters, and these ones here at the back here, they are 43mm. So what that means is that you won't have gap around the outer edge of the knob. It will cover over it, so it won't look strange. They're very well made. The outside is I think it's machined aluminium. Yeah, this is a plastic disc stuck on the front of the clear back, and then you've got the clear insert in there which takes the pickup for the illumination at night. They were $7.99 delivered in the UK on eBay. Let's go to the car and have a look and see how they look. Right, okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is get your specialist multi-tools out. Yep, that's all you need. And just pull the knobs forward and off. Now they might be a little stiff to come off, but they will come off. They're just retained by that insert there that snugly fits onto this spindle. The spindle just here. So there's nothing else more complicated on there. And then get the new one, and if you have a look on the new one, you'll see there that it's got the same sort of indentation to be able to locate the new knob onto its spindle. So if we just turn that, and you'll feel it if you just locate the center, and just as you turn it you'll feel it locate, and then just gently push back, but you'll need to push it back quite firmly, and then there we go. So the next one, just pull it, a little wiggle, pull it off. And don't forget, these things depend on how old your car is. If you've got one of the earlier MR2s, these things have been on there for the best part of 17 or 18 years, so they may not want to come off too easily, but just make sure that when you pull them, let's just get the other knob there, when you pull these, just make sure you're pulling them not at an angle, just straight forward and off, and they will slide off. And then we need to Just see if I can get in there a bit closer. Just line that up a bit and then turn that until it locates in the peg. Push that back. There we go. Now another thing to bear in mind here is that the factory knobs locate and recess inside of these dials. So that is going to stop them from wiggling too much. There's not a lot of wiggle on these. On these there is a little bit more wiggle, and that's because these knobs, because of how they're designed, you know, it's a sort of modern design and it's designed to be forward of the dial. It hasn't got the securing function of being recessed into the dial. So you're going to have a little bit more play there. So as long as you're not ham-fisted with them, you're not going to, you know, they're perfectly fine. But just bear in mind that you're going to get a little bit more play. So if you don't like that, there may be a little mod that you might want to think secondly, give it a second thought about whether you want that or not. There we go, and push that back. Now you'll notice the ones that I've purchased here, they actually fit in the same way. They're a tiny bit bigger than the actual diameter of the factory ones. Now there are some of these that you can buy that are a slightly thinner diameter. Now I'll put a link to the ones that I've bought in the description for the video. So if you buy the same ones as I've bought, then they'll look the same way. The knobs function fine. I'll put the lights on in a second so you can see how they illuminate. So yeah, that's just something to bear in mind, that obviously, you know, we had a look at the width of the standard knob versus these ones a bit earlier in the video. So just, if you're not sure, perhaps check with the seller that you're buying them from of what the diameter of the knob is to make sure you're getting the correct size, because the thinner ones, in my opinion, the narrower diameter, don't look quite right. But it's all down to personal opinion. So if you've got those ones and you like those ones, then that's cool, no problem at all. So let's put the lights on then, and that's how they illuminate. And it's a bit light still at the moment. I've come out here sort of starting to lose the light outside, but you get the gist of how they illuminate. They illuminate all the way around, and then you've got the marker there for where the knob is located on the dial. So yeah, a nice simple mod for £8. Very simple to do. So I hope that's helped you out, certainly in your choice of what dials you're going to get for these. If you found this useful, give the video a like for me and leave a comment if you've got any other feedback for other people who might consider doing this mod. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.